Grand Finals of the CRL East Qualifier number 2. Technically 2 best-of-5 series away to possibly get there. But Oakland University up against St. Clair, this is not going to be easy. Apparently in UGC, that just happened yesterday. St. Clair went up against Oakland already. The score says 2-0. That roster was Kamal, Ramen, and Nitrix. And hang on a second, we'll have to hold that thought. And it's going to be J Cubed actually here from Oakland to score the first one. Off the pass from Roz. And to start things off a little bit tense here for St. Clair. But like I was saying, yes, so Saints technically have a 2 over Oakland. Granted though, Nitrix is the 4th player on the gold roster. So not going to be playing here today versus Oakland. As we see a little bit of a whiff, and the Saints, unfortunately here, giving them up nice and quick. 2 off the shot, unfortunately, right off the face-off. Robin just, unfortunately, may have miscalculated that one, and it goes right on in. Of course, here, as we can see, this Oakland University squad, prior CRL competitors in their own right. This was the team that I was thinking about that was having like a very tough early season, then all of a sudden started winning against like top teams in the CRL. So yeah, this is J Cube, J Wismount, and then one additional player. We'll get the other one here in just a second. It's going to be Raz. That's who it was. Yes, of course, on the side of Oakland. Meanwhile, of course, your St. Clair Saints here for this one. We've got Kamal, Fusion, and Ramen. Saints not off to the best of starts, but still extremely early, and they have themselves a solid opportunity. But it's going to be the save from J Cubed. Right back through, and it looks like game 1 at this rate might just straight up be a wash. Oakland University are just absolutely on fire. They've been waiting in that winner's finals position, or in the winner's position of grand finals for quite a while. The last game they would have played would have been up against King's University probably like an hour and a half ago. So assumed they're keeping warm in their own regard, but so far so good for them. Going up 3 nice and quick. That being said, still plenty of time on the clock here for Saints to try and make something happen. It's not a complete wash. They just have to stop the bleeding a little bit and try to get themselves on the board sooner rather than later. We have Ramen in the corner, going to try and make the pass off. Raz was there, but a good little interception there from Kamal on target. Would be pushed aside, though. Raz in the corner now of the St. Clair zone. Fusion going to pick this one up all the way up to Kamal. Kamal in the corner, centering pass a little bit high. Nobody going to be able to really capitalize on this one. Kamal tries again, but J Cubed is right there with J Wismount. Ramen down, Fusion is right there, but the crossbar is going to bite them. Kamal's the last one back, but he was so far away, he would have really had to overcommit to try and make that shot. The opportunities are there for the Saints, but I don't know if they're too nervous to pull the trigger or what right now. Getting to this point here in the tournament is already far superior than what the tournament seeding would have projected. They put us in the 4th seed, though. They expected us to be down in like the losers semifinals when we got knocked out. That is not the case at all, and it all starts with 1. Kamal is just going to drive this one home, from home basically, all the way from his crease, gets past 1, and will get past another. Nice little flipper there. May have been taken off the ball, but the shot was already in motion. So nicely done there to get the Saints on the board. See if we can get something started here. Fusion with it in the zone, putting it forward. Kamal's shot is going to be a little bit to the right-hand side, a little bit wide, however. Passed it down. Ramen off the backboard. Nope, J Cubed there to stop that from being a direct pass back. Saints keeping it in the Oakland corner. To be honest, Saints have themselves some decent pressure over this last minute or so, but now it is going to be sent right back into the St. Clair zone from Oakland. Kamal going to look to try and clear this, but it is stopped at the center line. Fusion in the sky is trying to get past J Cubed. Bounces it off the board. Back to Ramen, but Kamal got demoed. No longer in the corner. Kamal still with it, knocked off the ball, however. Neither member is going to get a very good piece of this. Ramen up to the skies. Can he find a finishing touch? Not quite there. Kamal shot on target, and we're within one. Kamal with 2 goals already here in game number 1. The pass from Ramen right on point. Knew he couldn't get the angle, so right off the backboard. Gets taken out of the play, but doesn't matter. That's why you have Kamal. What looked very dire, to be completely honest with you, for the Saints that first 2 minutes or so, has been turned around to a game within reason. This is still very doable. Minute 20 left on the clock to try and tie this up. What would be an absolute heartbreaker, however, is an insurance goal here from Oakland. Jay Wismont was looking for it, not going to find it. Saints forced to make a couple saves. They haven't had to really make a couple saves in a few minutes, it feels like. But now, minute on the clock. Need to force Oakland in. That's going to be shot through the crease, but it's not going to end up going directed towards the net. Kamal shot, looking for maybe a hat trick to tie this up. That would be absolutely amazing to say the least. 40 seconds left. Ramen going to get the slightest of pieces. This is going to come right back in front of the net, and Kamal didn't end up getting it, so it's going to have to go right back into the corner. Sent all the way across. This is looking like it's on target, but a big save from Raz. Right back in the center. Another shot again, going to be pushed aside. Kamal gets himself taken out, but J Cubed is not going to be able to get the shot because of that. But the Saints can't be saving. They need to be the ones taking the shots in this spot. J Cubed is exactly where he wants to be, looking for maybe one more just to seal the deal. But 10 seconds on the clock. This is extremely close, but it's looking like Oakland University, unless the Saints can pull something out of a hat right here, right now. And with the demos coming through, that's not going to be the case. Oakland securing game 1. All right, so Oakland, they came out with a bang. 3 extremely quick back-to-back goals. But Kamal putting the Saints on his back, to say the least here, in regards to goals this time by, and at least keeping the spirits up with that Saints roster. Had this game been a 3-0, I feel like the series would already be over, to be completely honest with you. But to get 2 goals the way that they did is at least going to keep spirits high. We even seen during the Kings University game up in Winterside, like the first game for Saints, they got twacked 4-0. But they were able to then bring it back, and then 4-0 Kings. So we could have ourselves a very similar situation if this does end up going through. Here we go, game number 2 now underway. Of course, the way that these grand finals do work, of course, if you are not quite aware, because Oakland is on the winner's side, they have to lose twice, which means Saints, of course, have to win twice in order to get this victory in terms of sets. So Saints, 2 best-of-5 wins is what I'm trying to explain here. A bracket reset would have to be in order. But before we can start thinking about the reset, we got to think about the series that's right here in front of us. The Saints trying to get some pressure off this early face-off win and pushing up forward. That being said, Raz on the defense, going to try and clear this one out. Kamal ever so slightly denied his hat trick from last game, but I'm sure wouldn't mind scoring goal number 3 of the series just a little bit late. Fusion getting demoed. Ramen jukes 1. Can he juke 2? No. Big save coming out from the side of Oakland. Puts that one directly to the side. J Cubed looking for Raz, maybe a little bit too far away, however. Ramen going to dump this one on through. Has momentum. He's just flying through this crease. Nearly taking a player out in the process, but it's going to be Fusion with the shot. Fusion looks for it again, just passes it back, and unfortunately actually goes right into the pocket of the Oakland player. Looking for a shot again. Kamal is going to win that 50-50 at least. Rise up to the rooftops, looking for J Cubes, but J Cubes could not control it. This could be an opportunity now here for St. Clair. Fusion bouncing on the roof. We have ourselves a centering pass, but it's going to be a high fly ball going now into the St. Clair zone. The drag race towards the crease was going to be won by Saints. Now it's right back into the other zone. OU got a shot up high. It's dropping on down. Jay Wismont going to be there with the save, denying Fusion that one. Another opportunity. That ball pinched hard into the corner, flying extremely quickly. Hard to control as we see Ramen. May not necessarily get the best piece of it, but does control it at least a little bit. Still scoreless after 2 minutes here in this second game. Kamal versus Raz. Raz is going to get the best of that one, but Fusion's right there with the backup. Cleared out by OU all the way down to J Cubes. Basically a mini breakaway for himself, just him the goalie, and it is going to be ends up setting pretty high. Big angle shot, holy smokes, Raz, what a way to get on the board. And Raz is going to put Oakland on the scoreboard here, 1-0 lead once again. This is like a J angle or something from the Gold Squad. That is a heck of a steep angle, to say the least, and knock that one down like that. And that is going to put St. Clair in a world of hurt once again, chasing Oakland. The halfway point. Ramen, however, looking for something early. Gets a couple demos, actually. Shot on target is going to be saved by Jay Wismont once again. Fusion centering. Ramen scores! And he's going to put St. Clair right back within a tie game. Keep their series alive here, to say the least. Fusion gets it in front, and then Ramen just drills it into the corner. He did not have much space to work with, but he made it work nonetheless. And now all tied up at 1 once again here. An absolute brutal break here for St. Clair, though, right off the face-off. This could not have gone better for the side of Oakland. Raz just gets a breakaway immediately. Heartbreaker here for the Saints after tying it up literally 3 seconds ago. They're going to be trailing once again. No mistake on the face-off here this time. Basically straight on up into the Oakland zone. Ramen with control as of this moment. Tries to get it down center, but Raz is there to stop it. Fusion up high, looking to drop it. It's going to be successful. Bounce pass basically through the crease. Is not going to make contact with anybody. Kamal gets past one. He's using a lot of boost, but he might be able to make the play here. Off the backboard, dropping low. Anybody able to get it? No, not this time for St. Clair. It's going to get right back into the St. Clair zone. Jay Wismont on a tear. Take care of some of these defenders. Fusion going to be the first victim here in this regard. Ross now centering pass. Shot coming out here from Wismont. Pushed aside, but now Raz back in the St. Clair zone. Minute 40 to go. Saints need an answer, and an answer relatively quickly. A little bit of miscommunication here. Two Saints members trying to both basically take it at the same time. Fusion going to put it into the corner, but it's not going to be enough for a shot. Kamal, however, soft shot, stopped by Wismont. Raz into the St. Clair zone, shot, and Wismont with the goal to put Oakland up by 2. And it feels like I could feel the energy kind of being sucked out of the room right now. More and more goals coming in here from Oakland. Going to make this just that much harder here for our Saints. And right now, this 2-goal lead is going to be hard to deal with. I mean, I say it time and time again with these leads. It's not impossible. It's still within reach. But seeing the plays happen the way they happen is sometimes hard to keep on pushing. Yeah, we know the Saints are excited, to say the least, but the nerves have to be going crazy here right now. They've already gone through one ex-CRL team. Had to go up against basically a rival of sorts here to try and get themselves into this position in the first place. But now yet another past CRL team looking to score their way back into it. And with a rough control like that, that was nearly a bit of a giveaway there from Kamal, but it is going to be stopped by Fusion. In the crease still. It's going to be controlled by OU for just a second. Ramen up to the skies. Still 35 seconds on the clock. Still can make something happen, but they need to get some control on this ball. Right now, it just feels like it's all in control of Oakland. Even if it's in Oakland's zone, it never feels threatening. And Kamal's looking here to change that. Off the backboard, that's going to be J Cubes there, though. Pretty much the instantaneous answer. And as we hit 10 seconds left to go, this game is looking all for naught here for St. Clair. OU going to be going up 2-0 in this series, and one more goal away from scoring their own ticket right back into the CRL. Granted, they were the favorites to do so, but of course, it would be absolutely insane if we can get ourselves 2 Saints rosters in CRL, and it'd be the first time for the green roster as well. So we know these players want it. They're right on the doorstep. Don't think they're done just yet, but without question, this one hurts a little bit. I like that they're taking their time at least a little bit, not instantly going into game number 3, to say the least. Yeah. The amount of Rocket League that has to be played for Saints to make this work, though, is going to be nuts. We have to get, first off, a reverse sweep. then a bracket reset and win another best of 5. I don't know about you. I know I mentioned this before. We started at what, 12-ish? We're going on 6 o'clock. We've been here a while. I know I'm personally exhausted here on the casting desk, let alone as a player. So big props to them for keep on trucking it out. But that being said, it is now or never. I tell you what, Twitch chat, if y'all got any pairs, can we see them in the Twitch chat real quick? Because we absolutely need the best of them here right now. I'm seeing a lot of not like this. Let's switch that to some pairs to help St. Clair, why don't we? Game number 3. Off in the St. Clair zone to start things out. OU, like I was saying, right on the doorstep. But Saints looking to stop this right here, right now, get the momentum back into their favor. A couple tough losses, to say the least. Game 1 was a little bit close. Game 2, not so much. Fusion, centers, but nobody's going to be able to get any contact with this time by. Right back into the crease. Raz with the clear. Double demo coming through the midfield. Both players are going to take each other out. But in the St. Clair zone, Kamal with the control for at least a second. J-Cube is going to get there. But actually, nice little shot of the spoiler there coming out from Kamal. Tries to push on over to Ramen, but Ramen is not going to be able to commit to it. Just opts to go back on the defense. You can see like lots of respect being shown from the St. Clair Saints Green Rocket team because they are not like ego challenging, if you know what I'm saying. They are just like putting themselves in the safest position possible, which while smart, maybe they need to force the issue a little bit. Maybe it's giving Oakland maybe a little bit too much room to work with, and it's causing a lot of those early goals, I feel like, in at least that second game. A big whiff, unfortunately, here for side of St. Clair. Jay Wismont is looking to capitalize. Tries to get the shot off. Ramen going to stop it, though. Big bounce is going towards the net, and I don't think it was controlled very well. J Cube is going to try and get it. It's still in the crease. It's dropping down, but Jay Wismont with the save. Kamal up the challenge. It's going to drop down to Ramen, who's going to bring it into the corner. There was a defender in front of him, so he couldn't quite brute force it through. Passed off to Fusion for the time being, and unfortunate miscommunication again here. That was, I believe, Kamal coming in for like a one-timer shot, but the pass went elsewhere. I feel like the panic is kind of in motion here for the Saints. Granted, it's still a tied game, but there's nobody home, and just like that, Jay Wismont going to start off the goals once again here for Oakland University. Possibly get themselves in position to go to the CRL League play. It all starts with one, whether you're on the winning side or trying to catch back up. And now, pressure's on. Saints are right back in the hot seat. J-Cube brings it into the Saints zone pretty much right away. Raz is there as well as Wismont, but right back into the Oakland zone. But again, like sure, we're getting the ball into the Oakland zone, but there's never any offense that feels threatening until maybe that moment, but it's just not being executed, unfortunately, here for St. Clair. I'm going to come from behind, at least make sure the next shot doesn't go through. But we are halfway through this game, and the Saints just have not quite have themselves a solid scoring opportunity, to say the least, here on this open net. And I know that must be eating at them. They have some good chances now. I'm going to bring it on through, but again, just controlled by Wismont. Fusion, drag race with Wismont, does get demoed as well. So now it's going to be up to Kamal and Ramen. Ramen on the wall, ready to stop this one. Rebound going to be stopped as well, but another one from Wismont. Going to be finally knocked aside to Ramen. But then J Cubed is right there. Raz is there, and Raz is going to score as well. The perfect pass from J Cubed. Might have even banked off of one of the Saints in the situation. No, right off the wall, actually. A nice pass, and goes right to Raz. Off the bar and down. Unfortunately, hello, crossbar. Welcome back. You are not my friend here today, apparently. Sends it right back into the net. Saints down by 2. The series and the tournament run can end right here if the Saints can't get themselves to tie this one up, and that is going to make things even worse here, unfortunately. The Saints have fallen apart here up against OU. There's a reason why they are in the CRL before, and they're showing exactly why. Just kind of running away with this one here. 3 goals. Last time Saints were in this position, they at least brought it back to 2. But that's still not going to be good enough here for this series at hand. I see the pairs in chat. This is what I like to see. Always good to see all of y'all supporting the Saints. But this one is definitely looking tough, to say the least. Wismont in the center. Kamal going to keep this at a 3-goal lead for just a little bit longer. But this pressure right now from Oakland is absolutely phenomenal. Loose ball through the Saints zone. And you can tell. I see cars flying, but I don't see any intent right now. Just trying to keep it. Or I guess your main intent is just trying to keep it out of the net. And even then, that is a tough task. Jay Wismont going to find a second goal here of game number 3. And probably sealing the hopes and dreams here of the St. Clair Saints Rocket League green team away for one more season. Off the face-off, quick demo, and there's 50 seconds left here. Fusion, okay. Gonna start things off, gets a shot on, and sure enough, caught Oakland University a little bit off guard right off the face-off and puts it right on in. So it always starts with one. That's what I keep saying time and time again. But can we see the one all the way up to 4 at this point here? Because it would have to be a monumental comeback here for Saints to make this one happen. Stuck in the Saints corner as of right now. If the comeback's going to happen, it's not going to happen here. Fusion, though, he wants this. He's going up against Raz. Raz is going to clear this right back into the St. Clair zone, though. Cube's going to keep it stuck there. And just these slow lobs across the crease of St. Clair is just so safe and so smart at killing more and more time. And Oakland University securing themselves, like, just more and more pressure and more time here up against St. Clair. As we hear it count down, it's going to be one more on the board here too. Raz is just going to put the nail in the coffin, bringing in the second goal of the game. Oakland going to take this one in 5-1 fashion. That being said, though, this is still an absolute phenomenal showing. First off, for Oakland, first, of course, their run here today. But of course, to our Saints as well. They were seeded 4th. They got 2nd. They caused the upsets, but they couldn't get this one. Oakland University, congratulations on making CRL. Definitely showed why you were there before, and with that, they shall return for yet another season. I will expect gold to get the revenge kill. Let's get the refrag in the real season, or in the regular season, if you know what I'm saying. But still, phenomenal job there for our Saints green team as well. Like I was saying before, 2 upsets technically. The upset over Kings is huge. The upset over Virginia, that's still extremely huge. And like, they absolutely played out of their minds here. I look forward to seeing them competing still, even in the other leagues that it may not necessarily be CRL, but they'll still be playing in the other ones. But still, getting second place, it's nothing to scoff at. I know I've been saying time and time again here on stream that for the way the CRL qualifiers work, since it's only the winner of the tournament that moves on into the league play, and that it's first or last, but to get second is still a phenomenal job, to say the least, and very, very proud of everybody there, to say the least. It's a bit of a heartbreaker, absolutely, but come back swinging, because to compare the green roster back in last semester, I think it was like top 12, top 8 or so. Heck, even last week it was top 5. Now top 2, and that is something to be proud of. Keep it up, everybody. With that being said, though, it is time to start closing things up here. It's just a little past 6 at this point. It's about to be 6, actually, and we'll be calling it a night momentarily. That being said, a couple of thank yous in order. First off, to our sponsors, of course, Tim Hortons, Subway, the St. Clair SRC, St. Clair College Alumni Association, and the Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology for making this team even possible, making these broadcasts possible, and of course to Crunchyroll, which of course was the sponsor that joined us during September. Basically, your anime and manga streaming service of choice here at St. Clair. Absolutely clutching it out with a large library of your newest releases as well as old classics. So be sure to try it out 14 days for free at crunchyroll.com/saints. Also, big thank you to everybody who joined in on the broadcast today. It was awesome seeing so much support for the Rocket League squad. Normally, Rocket League doesn't see the kind of numbers that we saw here today. So I thank you all for joining us. And there's still plenty more Rocket League to go. So be sure to follow us on our Twitch channel to see all of the matches that they do end up playing, or as many of the matches as possible, because there are lots of leagues that do conflict. And lastly, big thank you to Regan Fresh. You may know him from the League of Legends team. Was support, now jungle, but saving my bacon here today by being the stream director, so I can join you all here on the commentary side of things. So big thank you, Fresh. That being said, we're gonna call it a night. Awesome run, Saints Green. Sad that we couldn't close it out here today, but that was still a remarkable run. We will see you all tomorrow, actually, because NECC is a little game called Valorant that a lot of people keep telling me when, or asking me when it's going to be back on stream. Well, it's going to happen tomorrow at 7:30. So be sure to join us, follow the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all tomorrow for some NECC Valorant regular season opener.